Hello there, you must be new to creating custom cards.
Yes, I'm new. I like anime.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Lots of the people who submit custom cards seem to be in that mindset. Anyway, let's go over the steps for how to create a custom card, and submit them for the custom card review. First, you go to the website called Dueling Book. Once you log in and create your account, simply go to the left and scroll down to the custom card section. Then it's time to create custom cards. Fill in the information like normal. The specifics that go into making a custom card are a much larger topic, so for now, we're going to go with something very simple and create Darkness and Death, who simply has the floating effect to destroy one other card on the field. Once we have all of its types and stats set up, now we go into the step of uploading the card. After the card is uploaded, then you're allowed to pick an image for it. Remember, custom cards need to have an image, and it can't use real-life photos, so just find something on Google Images that fits whatever you want. Then we're almost done with the submission. After we have our image uploaded, you can then see the card appear on screen, except there's that annoying clear card button at the bottom. What we do is simply click on the card itself in the middle of the screen. This will take us to another screen where you can then click on the camera icon in the top right hand corner, which will take you to a third screen where you have the full image in all of its glory. That you can simply right click and save to your file of choice. Then you're pretty much good to go. Log onto your wonderful Twitter account that you might normally use to argue with people about who's stronger, Naruto or Goku, and then simply make a tweet. Drag and drop images into your tweet, make sure to tag TheDuelLogs or just reply to one of the posts. And there you have it, 3 easy steps for submitting custom cards. Hello there. Welcome to the late custom card review. Take 2. Holy shit. Why is this not in the correct position? Give me a second. I added a couple of cards last second, so it resized it. Okay, so in today's episode of the custom card review, we are going to be looking over anime-themed cards, but anime girl-themed cards. I did this 2 weeks ago, but like midstream, I wasn't feeling well and I thought I was going to pass out, so I had to end the stream early. So I took another week off because I had just been sick for 2 weeks prior to that, so I wasn't feeling well. I'm good to go now. It's been 2 weeks since then. What I'm going to do is review the rest of the cards that were sent in like a month ago. There has been a long wait in between these things. So, what I'm going to do, I didn't actually remove any of the cards from last time, so I just have everything here in my folder. So I might just be skipping through a lot of shit. Aki is a really cute card in this artwork. Yeah, let's go to the art appreciation room. If you look at it very closely, you can see the confines of this artwork. It's really good artwork. You know, it's nice. There's nothing wrong with it. Let me adjust one of these things real quick. The art room doesn't seem to be fully all there. There we go, much better. Okay, so this is pretty excellent art. This is just the art appreciation room. Let's go back to the real thing though. No need to play around. So what we're gonna do is just review the rest of the cards. There were a couple more sent in since then. I added them to the list. I didn't actually read any of them all. I think I'm just gonna keep skipping until I hit one that I haven't read yet. I think all of these read. I'm trying to get to the point. I don't remember where I stopped last time. I remember reading these ones because I focused on something. I think we did this one too. It was a week ago, so I don't remember. Feat? What feat? What are you talking about? Did I do this one? If your opponent's battles, you can show this card in your hand. The battle phase is negated. Discard this card. All your volcanic monsters can attack. Yeah, I read that one already. This one's also had to be censored for reasons. I don't think I read that one, though. I think this is probably where it stopped. Yeah, I think this is the round where we left off last time. Okay, so first up, what we have is Kaede Akamatsu, the ultimate pianist. Kind of fitting. Did I stop on level 10? Let me blow this one up a little bit. If a monster you control is sent to the graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. If special summon this way, secretly target one card your opponent controls. Oh yeah, I did read this one. This one was unique. Okay, so it might have been... This is probably the one where I felt like I was going to pass out. DuelLogs must really love Akiza. What are you talking about? Because of the art appreciation room? I mean, that's just set for any of them. It's like literally whatever my current card is what it's set for. See? If we go to the art appreciation room, we can appreciate the art of Silent Magician level 10. This one doesn't really have it set up as quite as nice as whatchamacallit. There we go. We can appreciate the art a little bit better in this room. But let's not play around and get to the real stuff. The Silent Magician, level 10. Okay, so this one has the effect where it's Silent Magician level 10. You can tribute one spellcaster monster to summon, or tribute one Silent Magician level 8. If summoned in this way, you can draw 2 cards, but discard 2 cards during the end phase. Whoa. Unaffected by spell cards. When this card is destroyed by battle, you can special summon one Silent Magician level 8, and also one Silent Burning. This effect is once per turn. Okay. So, first off, I'm trying to recontextualize its effect with proper PSCT in my head. Is it problem-solving card text PSCT? Yeah. I don't want to say something weird. Zoom in on Booba? What are you talking about? This is very wholesome artwork. First off, tribute summon, just special summon this card from where? I'm going to assume from the hand. If you can just tribute a spellcaster type monster, that's really good. 4,000 attack beat stick, unaffected by spell cards, floats into a Silent Magician level 8. The problem is, where does it float into a Silent Magician level 8? There's no like designation of a target. If it's a Silent Magician level 8 from the graveyard, that doesn't work unless it's properly summoned first. So it would have to be from the hand or deck. And Silent Burning, is that a card? Let me check. Silent Burning. Oh, it's this card. Yeah, this one's pretty good. If it's in the graveyard, it can possibly allow you to draw 6 cards. Okay, so Silent Magician level 10. It really needs some work on where stuff is happening, because I can only, review it in such good faith, like filling in the blanks, but there's like no specifications at all. Let me double check it though. Draw 2 cards and then discard 2 spell cards. When this card is destroyed by battle, special summon. And also add 1. This is effectively once per turn. Yeah, it really needs targets. Like, I don't know where anything is happening from. So the discard is mandatory, so you have to discard 2. If summoned this way, you can draw 2 cards, but then discard 2 during the end phase. So if you just don't have any cards in your hand, you can ignore it. Yeah, this card is ultra powerful. We'll go on to the next one. Next one we have is called the God Tongue. Continuous trap card, which has the effect where, when your opponent activates a spell / trap card or monster effect, pay 2,000 life points and discard 1 card. And if you do, negate that card or effect. And if you do that, shuffle that card into your opponent's deck. What? That seems really strong. While this card is face up on the field, your opponent must reveal each card they draw. If they draw a card with the same name as the card you shuffle into the deck by this effect, banish it. And then your opponent loses 3,000 life points. You can only control 1 face up with the God Tongue. So it's like an always on negate in trap card form, which requires you to pay 2,000 life points and discard 1 card. But that's so good. It's not even once per turn. Better Solemn. Solemn Judgment does have the advantage where it's a counter trap card, so it can't be responded to. This one is just a normal plebeian continuous trap card, so it doesn't actually work on counter trap cards. However, regardless, super strong. Ridiculously strong. This would be the strongest floodgate like in the game. Next one. Murasame, Blade of the Fiendness. It is Murasame, right? I think so. It's based on Kill la Kill. It's a Link 4 monster. 2+ effect monsters. If you control, you can only control 1 Murasame, Blade of the Fiendness. When this card is Link summoned, place death counters on it equal to the number of monsters used for its Link summon. If this card battles a monster, banish that monster before damage calculation. Wow, that's pretty good. Quick effect. You can remove a death counter from this card. It can perform an additional attack during the next battle phase. Cards this card points to cannot activate their effects. Okay. Death counter, it can perform additional attack during the next battle phase. So it can crash into things and then banish them. And its ability to attack twice requires you to keep this card on the field for a full turn. Whoa, I like it. It's nothing like Kill la Kill. Sure it is. You attack into stuff and you destroy them, and also it prevents 3 of your opponent's monster zones from activating card effects. So they have to get rid of this card with only using 2 of their measly monster zones. Kind of like the Security Force card. Not a booba. 1 out of 10. Pff. Pff. That last card should have been unusable either player. Yeah, the last card is super strong. This one, I like the implications of it. I think it would probably see play because of how generic of a soft lockdown it is and how good it is at removing monsters from the field. Because it attacks into them to banish them, which doesn't target or destroy. And it has the option to attack multiple times. Whenever someone calls Murasame, a Japanese writer loses his hands. Murasame? 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 What's is that something, is Murasame something like super big brain that I don't know about? Not big brain. Super famous. Super, why only 2,000 attack and a Link 4? Its attack doesn't really matter because it destroys stuff by just attacking into it. Anything that attacks this card gets banished. Yeah, if it battles a monster, banish that monster before damage calculation. It's like a better Cataster. And Cataster is one of the best level 5 synchro monsters. It's an Appaloosa for battle. Kind of? The death counters just allow it to attack additional time during your next turn. Maybe Murasame, I just hear it a lot. Masamune? Masamune? Hey, TheDuelLogs. How are you doing today? And did you read chat? And someone else says Akame. Did I read chat? No, I don't read chat. I read some of it. You guys were talking about weird shit again. But that's, I mean, weird stuff. Excuse me, I didn't mean to say a curse word. Occasionally, pre-chat is full of weird stuff that I just kind of ignore. And I'm doing fine. Fine-ish. I'll probably be sad tomorrow, later on tonight. But that's for completely different dragon-related reasons. Next card. Ninja Fox in the Moonlight. Yai Kasumi. Ooh. This is a nice artwork. What is this from? It's a Link 3 monster, 2 warriors, accept tokens. 2+ warriors. Once per turn, quick effect, banish 2 warrior type monsters in your graveyard. Banish this card until the next end phase. And if you do, special summon 2 ninja copy tokens. I like this. This is great. I made that card. It is intended to use the effect the same battle phase. Is it? Hey, TheDuelLogs, what's your 2 cents on Dragon Maids? I love them. So, this card is very reminiscent of Strike Ninja.
which is a card that allows you to banish 2 warriors from your grave in order to banish it temporarily, and then it comes back. The quick effect in order to banish yourself temporarily is really good because it allows you to dodge destruction and, temporary reducers on yourself. There's a lot of applications to being able to leave the field temporarily, as shown by Wind Up Rabbit Thunderbird decks. And the cost to banish 2 warriors is kind of steep. It should only be 1, really, but it is reminiscent of Strike Ninja, which did require you to banish 2 dark monsters, so I understand it. How do you pronounce Yae? It's Ya-e. Kasumi. But getting 2 tokens out of it seems pretty good, because you can just use those tokens for link summons. That seems really good. It leaves the field and then brings out tokens. I love it. It's a great card. Let's go over to the art appreciation room. I see. This art exists to be appreciated, all right. I always have to resize it, though, because all of the cards are different dimensions. Let's go on to the next card. Makima. From a hit manga, Chainsaw Man. Sorry, I lost my voice there. I need water, I'll be right back. Well, okay. Anyways, Makima. Oh, I forgot, like, the stream delay is set to normal. So you guys are probably hearing all this stuff, like, maybe 15 to 20 seconds after I say it. DuelLogs Senpai, notice me. All I need in my life is complete. No. Because I am the 5th best custom card reviewer. That text is longer than a pendulum monster. Did you see that meme with the pendulum master magician where it had Peter Griffin explaining his effect? I thought that was great. I made some Chainsaw Man cards like 1 month ago, though I didn't make one for Makima. So, for those of you who have read Chainsaw Man, you'll probably understand some of her effects. Let me make this bigger so we can read it in HD. Level 4, huh? This seems too easy for this card. This card cannot be normal summoned or set. When special summoned, level 5 or higher monsters on your opponent's side of the field activate its effect. Oh, when a special summoned level 5 or higher monster on your opponent's side of the field activates its effect. Quick effect. You can discard this card. Take control of that monster. Huh. You contribute 1 monster you control. Accept this card to target 1 monster on your opponent's side of the field. Take control of that target, but its effects are negated. If a monster is destroyed either by battle or card effects on your side of the field, special summon this card from your graveyard. This turn, monsters cannot be destroyed by card effects or battle. You can only activate 1 effect of Makima once per turn. So it has 3 good effects. The first one can be used in order to steal your opponent's Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. The second one, you can't steal Dragoon, but it does allow you to trade one of your monsters for one of your opponents temporarily, which is good removal. The last one is just good recursion. Like, all 3 of its effects are good. Seems fair. It has a hand effect, it has a field effect, and a graveyard effect, and all 3 of them are good. But it does have the hardest once per turn. You can only use 1 of its effects per turn, not all 3 of them. Kind of like... It's like a dragon ruler, now that I think about it. It has 3 good effects from 3 different places, but it shares a hard once per turn between all 3 of the effects. It's good. My only thing is it's kind of weird for a level 4 lore monster to have all these effects. I would suggest making Makima a higher level monster. But it's fine. Well, it's not fine. This card's broken. It's really strong. But like, it would feel more in line with Yu-Gi-Oh! If it was just a higher level monster. I understand the lore behind this, but also because I understand the lore behind this card, I know she could easily be a higher level monster. Third effect is not optional. Well, it has a hard once per turn between all of its cards, so it doesn't really matter. If it can't use it, then it can't use it. What do you think of Dragoon? It's a card that exists, all right. Next card, Kobini. No, Kobeni. Kobeni? Kobini? Kobeni? I've never actually pronounced her name out loud before. This one is more appropriate for a level 4 monster. It's a level 4 warrior. When your opponent activates a card that destroys or banishes monsters on the field, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Monsters on your side of the field are unaffected by your opponent's card effects except Kobini. Whoa. Once per turn, if this card would leave the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can target one monster you control instead and send it to the graveyard. So, when your opponent activates a card that destroys or banishes a monster on the field, special summon this card from your hand. Wait, does it get special summoned before the destruction or banishing happens or afterwards? Because it says when your opponent activates a card that destroys or banishes monsters on the field. It's like in present tense, but then it doesn't really complete the sentence. Am I missing something here? Kobene? Kobeni? Kobeni? And then it gives all your monsters ultimate falcon protection. That seems really strong, but I don't understand the trigger. Is it after they're destroyed or in response to an effect which would destroy? It's not quick effects, so destruction still happens. Unaffected when it's card effects, except Kobini. I don't know. I think it needs a little bit more, What's the source? This is from Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man, the manga. It has the dumbest sounding name, but it's actually a really good story. Which also has really crazy plot points in it. I'd highly recommend it. Well, if I'm going to assume it happens before the destruction takes place, or no, afterwards, it's still a pretty strong card. It's like Miscellaneousaurus, but for non-dinosaurs. Because the effect is like permanent until they get rid of Kobini. And you can protect Kobini by sending other cards to the graveyard, like a 6 Samurai monster. Anyone who's played Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links knows how hard it is to get rid of 6 Samurai Shien off the field. Seems really good. Next one. I'm just laughing at my censorship. Avoy, the girl in the wind shadow. If this card is in your hand, quick effect, you can target one wind monster on the field, special summon this card. And if you do, that card's name becomes... No, this card's name becomes that targeted card's name. Also, this card is treated as a tuner this turn. If this card is tributed to activate the effect of a wind spellcaster type monster, return one of your banished spells and traps to the graveyard. You can only use each effect of Avoy, the girl in the wind shadow, once per turn. You cannot special summon monsters the turn this card is summoned, except wind monsters. Rushia? This can't be Rushia, it's not a board. So, target a wind monster, special summon this card, its name becomes the name, it becomes a tuner monster. Being able to special summon a level 4 tuner monster from your hand is really good. If this card is tributed to activate a wind monster effect, so Magispector cards, return one of your banished spells or traps to the graveyard, so it can allow you to reset stuff like Thunder Dragon Fusion, which has good effects in the graveyard. Use this image in sex ed to confuse people. I think the original one just like shows her panties, so I covered it up with censorship spider. The girl in the woods once per turn. I'm trying to see why it has that harsh restriction on it, though. You can only use each effect once per turn. You cannot special summon monsters the turn this card is summoned, except wind monsters. I mean, special summoning a level 4 tuner monster from your hand is really good. So I guess the restriction makes sense. It's I think it's a good card. I don't know. It reminds me a lot of Wind Witches and like Magispector support. I think this is obviously Magispector support. Just without being a pendulum or being immune to targeting or destruction effects. Rushia, this isn't Rushia. It's too boing boing for that. Next card, Summon Sorceress, A New Beginning. Oh, I remember this one. I wasn't sure if I should censor this one or not. Wait, if I remember correctly, this doesn't actually stop. It just goes on forever. Okay. It's fine. This one's fine. It's just cleavage. YouTube is fine with that to an extent. Okay. Summon Sorceress, A New Beginning. I'm assuming this one is not as strong as the original Summon Sorceress. So, it's a 1-card Halki Fibrax? Maybe. Halki Fibrax is water, so you can't use it though. So, this one is 2 monsters of the same type except tokens. Isn't that how the original Summon Sorceress was too? Tribute 1 monster you control. Special summon up to 2 monsters from your deck in defense position with the same type as attributed monster. 2 zones this card points to. But negate their effects. They are also destroyed during the end phase. You cannot activate monster effects the turn you use this effect. The effect of Summon Sorceress, A New Beginning can be activated only once per turn. So, tribute 1 monster, bring out 2 monsters from your deck that share its type. You can't use any other card effects the turn. Either way, that's still incredibly powerful. But I don't think it's as strong as the original Summon Sorceress, because Summon Sorceress allowed you to bring out 1 card and didn't give you Errata Envoy of the End, where you can't use any other monster effects that turn. You cannot activate monster effects the turn you use this effect. No. Not just for the rest of the turn. The turn in general. Like, if you bring this card out, you need to bring it out without using monster effects. And then, once you bring out those 2 cards from the deck, that's it. No more monster effects. Like, hers is the only effect that can happen. Huh. I think that might balance it, actually. Like, Chaos Emperor Dragon, they released the card with its original effect, but gave it this restriction, where you cannot activate monster effects the turn you use its effect. Like, you can't do anything to set it up, and you can't do anything afterwards. And that kind of fixed the card. It has, like, one of the best effects in the game, but no one uses it because of that restriction. Anyways, let's go to the art appreciation room. Ah, this is excellent artwork. All we have to do is, see, we're just looking at her eyes. And that hat. That hat's pretty good, too. And, whoa, those clothes are really well drawn. Next card. Domestic Conflict. I remember this one. I think this one was created specifically to beat Goku. So, level 2 warrior. If Goku or a level 8 or higher monster would be summoned, quick effect, you can discard this card, negate the summon, banish it, and all their copies from the hand, deck, or field face down. This would beat Goku. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku. This is the card I use in order to, compare broken cards to. If it's stronger than Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku, then it's way too strong. However, Domestic Conflict does beat Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku, because it negates its summon, so the fact that it's unaffected by card effects never actually applies. Because a card needs to be on the field and activated in order to gain its immunity to card effects. But if its summon is negated, then it never becomes immune to card effects. Whoa. A card which can beat Goku. Good job. Whoever made this, you got me. I didn't think Goku could be beaten, but you did it. Next card. Wizard Idol Annie M. I don't know what this is a reference to. I've never seen this artwork before. I'm going to assume it's completely original. So, what is this? Level 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 7. It requires 1 anime girl monster plus 1 spellcaster. So basically every card on this list and cards from the Dragon Maid archetype. And Witchcrafter. And Dark Magician Girl. Every time an anime girl is summoned on your side of the field, special summon 1 thirsty lad. Fairy type, Earth, level 1, attack and defense 100. On your opponent's side of the field. Why is it a fairy type? If there's 3 more monsters on your opponent's side of the field, they cannot special summon or target your monsters with card effects. Ooh. If I was gonna make a thirsty lad token, I'd make it fiend. That seems more appropriate. Fairy seems too nice, unless it's supposed to be like a white knight. But I don't know, that doesn't make any sense. It's a great monster. Everything an anime girl is summoned. Every time an anime girl is summoned. Well, I mean, if the artwork shows anime girl in it, then it probably activates the effect. Obviously, the effect is not worded completely properly, but I'm sure you understand the connotations. For example, if you were to summon a female card like Mother Spider, it would definitely work because no one is better than Mother Spider. Dude, do you have a WoW YouTube channel too? I do have a World of Warcraft YouTube channel as well. I made it fairy to emasculate them. Oh, wow, that didn't even occur to me. Still think Fiend is better. Next one. Shadow Angel and Tricksty Old Concealment. Ooh. This is a hand trap support. What's the name of the song in the background? This one is Franz Gordon Altostrastus. Altostrastus? I don't know what that word is. Next up. Wait, what level is this? 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay, that makes sense. Zombie Synchro, 1 level 3 tuner with 0 attack and 1800 defense plus 1 or more non-tuner monster. I don't think I've ever seen a tuner that specific. For the synchro summon of this card, you can treat 1 level 3 tuner with 0 attack and 1800 defense as a non-tuner. So you can use 2 of the Ghost Girls for it. It gains 300 attack for each level 3 tuner with 0 attack and 1800 defense in your graveyard. You can only use each of the following effects of Shadow Angel and Tricksty Old Concealment once per turn. If this card is synchro summoned, you can target 2 level 3 tuner monsters with 0 attack and 1800 defense in your graveyard, add them to your hand, but banish them when you discard them. Ooh. Ooh. I don't know if that works, because the cards need to hit the graveyard in order to activate a lot of their effects, I believe. If the effect of a level 3 tuner with 0 attack 800 defense is activated, you can draw 1 card and reveal it. And if the revealed card is not a level 3 tuner with 0 attack 800 defense, place it on the bottom of your deck. Whoa. Let me look up Ash Blossom. So if we go to Ash Blossom, when the effect is activated that includes any of these effects, you can discard this card, negate that effect. Oh, I guess it doesn't specify that it needs to go to the graveyard, so it's fine. What about Ghost? Ghost Bell was the first. Ghost Bell wasn't the first. It was Ghost Ogre. When a monster or field is activated, when a monster on the field activates its effect, or when a spell trap card that's already face up on the field activates its effect, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard, destroy that card. Yeah, so Ghost Ogre is the only one who wouldn't be able to activate its effect under Shadow Angel and the Tricksty Old Concealment, adding it to your hand. The rest of them are fine, though. But that's because Ghost Ogre was the first. Okay. I'll be right back. Enjoy this screen. Okay, I'm back. Did you guys enjoy watching Mother Spider on the moon? Ugh, I just had to go. And, well, I drank a whole bottle of water before the stream. Anyways, let's continue. Ghost Ogre is sent to the graveyard, not discarded. That makes a difference, right? Face up on the field. You can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard. No. It still wouldn't be able to activate its effect under like a macrocosmos. Why is Mother Spider on the moon? Because that's where Mother Spider lives. Next card, Sabers Tutar. Saber. Isn't this Maki? From hit anime series Jujutsu Kaisen? Also, this is a spoiler from the manga. This hasn't happened yet in the anime. Anyways, let's go over it. Cannot be special summoned. While face up on the field, both players must draw from the bottom of their deck. Whoa. Whoa. The implications of that. Do you know how many cards allow you to send cards to the bottom of your deck? You can only use each of the following effects of Sabers Tutar once per turn. You can banish any number of cards from the top of your deck, and if you do, this card must lose 1,000 attack for each card banished until the end phase. Huh. So you can banish 3 cards. You can flip any number of your banished cards face down, max 4, and if you do, target the same number of cards in your opponent's hand at random. Those cards can't be placed on the field until your next standby phase. Whoa. I'm trying to see how this relates to what I know of this character from hit series Jujutsu Kaisen. Banish any number of cards on top of your deck, and if you do, this card must lose 1,000 attack for each card banished until the end phase. So it can banish 2 cards on the top of your deck, but why would you do that? You can flip any number of your banished cards face down, max 4, and if you do, target the number of cards in opponent's hands at random, and those cards cannot be placed on the field. Wouldn't it be better to like temporarily banish the cards? Because like in card games, it's kind of hard to keep track because your opponent's allowed to shuffle their hand whenever they want, so you wouldn't really be able to tell what cards are in their hands that they can't use anymore. So I get it. I guess it's because you're flipping your cards face down that are banished that you get to activate the effect. It cannot be special summoned. So if you get to rip all those cards from your opponent's hand until the next standby phase, that's really good. This would be, I don't know. Because it can't be special summoned, so you have to tribute summon the card. So it's kind of like Vanity's Fiend. Vanity's Fiend is a really good card, which does see competitive play, but not that much. Because it allows you to block out all special summons, but does require 2 tributes. Banish effect can work with Thunder Dragons. Sure. There's lots of decks that can benefit from the cards being banished. And there's lots of decks that can banish a bunch of cards that give you fodder in order to flip face down to rip cards from your opponent's hand. Being able to rip 4 cards from your opponent's hand seems really good. And the restrictions are you'd have to get cards banished, and you'd have to tribute summon this card with 2 tributes. So maybe a Monarch deck, but Monarch decks can't really banish either, and her first effect doesn't allow you to banish that many cards. This card seems almost really good, incredibly broken, or not good enough, and I can't really tell which. Which I think is a great card design for a custom card. Also, great artwork, too. Even though it spoils something. Unless anyone is watching hit series Jujutsu Kaisen, they probably won't understand. Also, it's not a very obvious spoiler. Gren Modu support? Kind of. Gren Modu kind of banishes a lot of the cards face down, though. Maybe works with Monarchs? Yeah, kind of. Probably better with True Dragos. Aqua, the useless goddess. This card is treated as a normal monster. Divine type. I don't know if this would be useless because, like, if it's treated as a normal monster, it's level 5. That means you can special summon it from the deck. But if it's always treated as a normal monster, then it doesn't matter that it's an effect. So I guess that is a useless effect. However, if this card on the field is destroyed by Dark Ruler Hades, then it loses its effect in the graveyard and becomes an effect monster. You've read that one? Read what? Trust me, I play Thunder Dragons and I got him. What about Thunder Dragons? The banish effect can work with Thunder Dragons? I know it can work with Thunder Dragons. It also works with a bunch of other decks too. I didn't doubt you. I know Thunder Dragons love to banish their cards. That's why Fairy Tale Snow is banned. I see. Next card, a deal with the Hell Queen. Pay all of your life points until you only have one left. Special summon one monster from either your hand, deck, or graveyard. While it is face up on your field, you take no damage, and all other cards you control are unaffected by your opponent's card effects, except the monster special summoned by this effect. When the monster special summoned by this effect leaves the field, your opponent wins the duel. You can only use this effect once per duel. Whoa. Special summon any card from your hand, deck, or graveyard. However, if it dies, then you lose the duel. I think this would probably see play, especially since it's a quick play spell card. Like, if you just bring out Joujin during your opponent's turn, and your opponent can't summon any monsters, they probably won't be able to get rid of Joujin anyway, and you'll win anyway. This is just last turn heaven. Kind of. I mean, it doesn't have the effect where you can auto-win. It just gives your opponent a chance to auto-win. But it is a useless effect. It can be treated as an effect monster and a normal monster. Couldn't this be used in decks that want normal monsters? No. If a card says it's treated as a normal monster, then it's treated as a normal monster, not an effect monster. It would have to say both. It would have to say, like, this card is also treated as a normal monster in order to have both. Like Light and Darkness Dragon. Here, I'll show you. Light and Darkness Dragon. This card is also Dark Attribute. Let me close this now. Next card. Slifer's Alkalite. Ooh. Level 3, 1800 attack. Its attack is too high for a level 3 monster. It needs to be lower. If this card is summoned, you can send up to 2 Slifer Alkalites from your deck to the graveyard. If you tribute summon a Divine Beast monster, you may banish this card from your hand or graveyard as one of the materials. This card is treated as being tributed. If this card is tributed for the tribute summon of a Divine Beast monster, draw 1 card. Whoa. This is really good. When it's summoned, send 2 other copies from your deck to the graveyard. It can be used as tribute fodder from the graveyard. There's no once per turn. So you just draw 3 cards and you bring out Slifer. That might almost be good enough for Slifer to see play, but probably not, because Slifer sucks. Wow. This is really good, though. This is really good support. Why didn't Konami think of this? This is way better than the crap Konami put out with the Slifer structure deck. This is 3 times better than Ra's Disciple. Ra's Alkalite. Isn't it Ra's Disciple? Pretty sure it's Ra's Disciple. Ra's Disciple is great because it prevents you from special summoning, which means if you give it to your opponent, they can't special summon. It needs to be uglier. No, this is great. That's good, but not good enough. This is really good. The only reason it's not good enough is because Ra sucks. Next card. Fiveheaded Dragon Waifu. Can't believe there's this artwork for this. Level 6. You can show this card in your hand. All of your non-effect monsters' attacks double. Non-effect monster attack doubles. While this card is on your field or graveyard, non-effect monsters cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. In your graveyard? So if you just foolish burial this thing to the graveyard, your Tenyi decks just gain a huge boost to survivability. Whoa. and you just show this card in your hand, and it doubles the effects of all your non-effect monsters, how long do you show it for? Can you show it again to just keep doubling? No. I would have to assume it's once per turn. And the showing is until the end of the turn, like Zushin the Giant. I can see this being a skin for Mercy in Overwatch. Yeah, this does look very Mercy from Overwatch. I like it. This is great. 10 use support. Yeah, I was just thinking of that. This is really good 10 use support. Because it's kind of broken. Next card. A Katsuki the Assassin. From everyone's hit series. Log Horizon. Oh, I need to watch the new season of Log Horizon. It came out last season, but I didn't watch it past the first episode because I had no idea what was going on. And I was going to rewatch the first 2 seasons, but I never got around to that because I don't have free time. Anyways, if your opponent negates the summon of a monster from your deck, pay half your life points. Special summon this card from your deck. Well, then you can target one card your opponent controls and send that card to the graveyard. If this card is used as material for the summon of another monster, that monster gains the quick effect. Once per turn, you can destroy one card on the field. This is broken. This is straight. That lingering, that granted effect. That lingering granted effect is so good that if it didn't have the first part that lets you special summon it from the deck, it would still be broken. Because here's the thing with lingering effects. Lingering effects are like 10 times harder to stop than non-lingering effects. So like, if you tried to use its quick effect to destroy a card in the field, which is costless, even Zodiac Trident requires you to detach. Masterpiece requires you to banish a resource from your graveyard. This is a costless Zodiac Trident Masterpiece effect. Your opponent can't negate it unless they negate the activation of the effect. Which means, if you use this effect and your opponent chains an infinite impermanence, the effect still goes off. Because you can't negate a lingering effect. Is it once per turn? It is once per turn. However, it's costless Regeki Break. Which is on a lingering effect. That's so good. If this card is used as material for a summon of another monster, it doesn't matter what the hell you use it as for. A Link summon, XYZ summon, Synchro summon, a Tribute summon. It's a Rada target as well. It can special summon itself from the deck, but yes, you're right. It is a Rada target. A Rhoda. I don't know why I said Rada. Wow. Excellent card. That effect is broke. It's a very simple effect, which is just completely broken. Next card. Chaos Magician's Valkyria. Valkyria. This is a level 4 spellcaster type monster whose effect I can't read. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by a card effect during either player's main phase. Quick effect, you can banish one light or dark monster from your hand. Wait. I missed a period. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by a card effect. Okay, that's fine. It's like Rare Metal Dragon. During either player's main phase, quick effect, you can banish one light or dark monster from your hand or graveyard and one monster on your opponent's side of the field. Special summon this card. Whoa. Banish a light or dark monster from your hand or graveyard and one monster on your opponent's side. So, it's cost removal. Hi, Trice12. How's it going? It's cost removal, which means you can't negate it. Special summon this card. This card is also line attribute. While this card's on the field, spellcast type monster you control cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects except this card. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card, and if you do, add one level 8 or lower light or dark spells type monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. You cannot special summon other copies of the same name for the rest of this turn except that card. You can only use each effect of this card once per turn. Okay, so this is really good. It doesn't target. It's a cost. It's like a part of its summoning condition. I think it's called an inherent special summon. So you can't negate it. And part of its inherent special summon is to remove one of your opponent's cards. And then it has good effects on top of that. This is just a better kaiju? Yeah, basically. In Chaos decks, anyway. Let's continue. Utopic Dragoogoon. 2 rank 4 Xyz monsters. Ooh. This card's original rank is treated as 1. Oh, I guess it doesn't have a rank. If this card was summoned using a Gagaga Xyz monster with one with materials, it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Once per turn, you can target one monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon to your side of the field. But its effects are negated, and it cannot be used as a material for a synchro, fusion, or link summon. Then you can declare a level from 1 to 12, and that monster becomes a declared level for the rest of this turn that it was summoned. Once per turn, if an Xyz monster you control is targeted by a card effect, quick effect, you can detach one material from this card, send one of your opponent's cards to the graveyard. It requires 2 rank 4 Xyz monsters as materials, but doesn't say that it keeps the materials, so it only has 2 materials. I finally got to a live video, even if it's only for 7 minutes. Oh, welcome, Trice. Trice12. This one should be going up on the channel later. I only unlist the streams now if I think they're bad streams. Most of them are unlisted, though. So, this card right here seems pretty strong. Like, the Gagagas, they have the distinction where they can change levels from, like, 1 to 8. So, I guess it facilitates extra Xyz summons. It is a strong card. I think it's probably not overpowered, though. Not censored enough. This one doesn't need to be censored. Send one of your opponent's cards to the graveyard. Bruh, no target? Well, I mean, if the card targets, then it sucks. Nobody wants a card that targets removals. That's terrible. Cosplaying fun. This is a, did I go over this one already? I think I did. Discard 1 card and target 1 face-up monster you control. Send a card with either lady, girl, sister, maiden, diva, actress, fairy, sorceress, witch, goddess, priestess, empress, queen, or princess in its card name from your deck, or extract to the graveyard. Until the end of your next turn, the targeted monster's name, attack, and defense and effect becomes that of the sent monster. I'm sure there's a way to break this since it allows you to copy a monster's effect. And considering it has so many targets, I can't think of any off the top of my head, though. For true fans, how would you mind an unlisted stream? Well, all the streams usually go unlisted because I don't want my feed to be spammed with stream Vods. However, I think these streams are of high enough quality where it's fine occasionally. Wait, did I go over this one already? Blue Eyes Waifu Dragon. Oh, I remember I didn't go over this one because this one was does it work with tour guide? Well, tour guide's not a queen. She's a tour guide. She's a working lad. She's a strong, independent, working woman who don't need no man. Blue Eyes Waifu Dragoon. Let's see. This is supposed to be a Blue Eyes boss monster. 2+ level 8 monsters. This is materials. If a tuner monster is used as material for this card summon, cards and effects cannot be activated in response to this card's effects and summon. Oh, gains spell speed 4 protection. While this card has any Blue Eyes monster attached to it, your dragon type monsters cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects. Okay. If your opponent activates a card effect, you can detach 1 material from this card, replace that card's effect with this effect. Both players can special summon 1 Blue Eyes monster from their hand or graveyard. What an excellent negate. Why would your opponent have a Blue Eyes in their deck? Obviously, they wouldn't. So this would only benefit you. That's so good. That's such a cheeky way to have a negate. A negate that gives you advantage. I like it. I think this card also had artwork which was custom made for this. Let's go to the art appreciation room. Yeah, this is really big. Whoa. This is by Matthew... I can't read that. I'm not good at reading cursive. Whoa. I'm always surprised when people make custom art for this. I don't know if this was custom art created specifically for this, but it does happen more often than you would think. Why are people always working to make Blue Eyes so hot? Because Blue Eyes is ridiculously popular. You guys have no idea. Next one. Emancipator Excavator. Level 4 Emancipator monster. I don't know what the artwork is from. Cannot be normal summoned or set. If this card in your hand or graveyard, you can banish 2 Earth Rock monsters from your hand or graveyard, special summon this card. Well, it's kind of like Block Dragon. If this card is special summoned by the effect of an Emancipator card except itself, you can take 1 Emancipator card from your deck and place it on top of your deck. If this card is sent to the graveyard for a synchro summon of a rock-type monster, you can draw 1 card. Each effect of this card can only be used once per turn. Oh, so it can use all of its effects. Okay, this seems like a really good Emancipator support card. Shiaori, Nightmare of the Labyrinth. Shiraori? Shiraori? Man, that's too many syllables. Too many vowels all at once. Where do you find these cards? People send them into my Twitter. Nightmare of the Labyrinth. This is an excellent spider monster. I have no biases towards this, but I think this is a 10 out of 10. I haven't read the effect yet. Let's go into it. Divine Beast? Yeah, that seems appropriate. This card is treated as an insect-type monster. Fair. Requires 3 insect-type monsters as tributes to summon. Return this card at the end of the turn to the graveyard if summoned from the graveyard, except by the effect of this card. Wait, what? You can't tribute summon this card from the graveyard. You need to have an effect that says you can tribute summon from the graveyard. And let me read the rest of it. This card is immune to spell cards and effects that target and destroy monsters. Okay. When this card battles a monster, destroy that monster at the end of the damage step. This card can attack twice per turn. Once per duel, if this card is in the graveyard, you can tribute a level 4 lower insect monster to special summon this card, but if the stats are halved. There it is. Okay. 10 out of 10. Best card ever. No biases. Next one. Mighty Mage. This is good artwork. Is this custom? Really high level version of Silent Magician level 4. Once per turn, you can roll 6-sided die, then rearrange up to that many monsters in the field to other main monster zones. Once per turn, you can banish 2 spell cards from your graveyard or a dice dungeon if it's on the field. You can send 2 spell cards that require a dice roll from your deck to the graveyard instead. This card can attack directly this turn. Oh yeah, I guess this one was sent with a whole bunch of other dungeon dice themed cards. Except this was the only one that fit the list. So I guess it would work well within his archetype. Is that even a waifu? Of course it is. You guys don't know about Silent Magician? You see, there's 34 artworks of Silent Magician. So if you just type in Silent Magician 34, you'll be able to find it. Next one, Young Lady of the Mayakashi Manor. Level 1 Mayakashi Pendulum Monster. If both of your pendulum zones contained Mayakashi cards, you can pendulum summon zombie monsters from your graveyard with their effects negated. Holy shit. Once per turn, you can target 1 Mayakashi synchro monster in your graveyard, place that target in an empty pendulum zone, and treat it as a pendulum card with its scales equal to its level. That's so broken. Once per turn, you can target 1 Mayakashi monster you control, treat that target as a tuner until your end phase. That pendulum effect is so broken. So, pendulums have the restriction where... Man, chat is really behind. Pendulum has the restriction where you can only pendulum summon pendulum monsters from your extra deck to zones that link monsters point to, or the extra monster zone. It was like the only thing not reverted with the Master Rule revision. So this card, which allows you to pendulum summon monsters from the graveyard, bypasses that. So you can just... And Mayakashis are an archetype which dump a shit ton of synchro monsters into the graveyard. Excuse my French. But they do get a lot of synchro monsters into the graveyard, like more than any other archetype can. Because that's like part of their whole gimmick. So, yeah, you're going to have a lot of targets for this. Yeah, it's Pendulum's Master Rule 3 again, basically. All right. I think these are the last 4. However, I'm at the hour, so I'm gonna rush through them. This is speed duel times. Speed duel, Ultimate Lord of the Abyss. 2 level 11 monsters. This card must be XC summoned and cannot be special summoned by other ways. This card's XC summon cannot be negated, and neither player can activate cards in response to this card's XC summon. When this card's on the field, your opponent cannot activate monster effects. Whoa. If this card leaves the field, detach 1 XC's material instead. That's super good. Especially for 2 level 11 monsters. Lust, the less vicious. Lavicious. Less vicious. I don't know how to say that word. If a field spell card that causes your opponent monster to gain attack is in the field zone, you can special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, if a field spell card which causes your monsters to gain attack is in the field zone, you can target 1 card in the field, except this one, destroy it. And if you do, this card can make up to 2 attacks to monsters during each battle phase this turn. If your opponent activates a card or effect which would remove a monster or a field spell card zone, and you control field spell card zone which causes your monsters to gain attack is on your side of the field, discard 1 card, negate the effect, and destroy that card. Huh. It reminds me of Destiny Hero Dystopia. I like it. It's like so random with its restrictions, but I think it's decent. How about the Dimension of the Deep custom cards, not SpongeBob memes, for next week's custom card stream? Because I love creatures from the sea, and they seem to less represented in Yu-Gi-Oh! They need some love. Okay, Travis. I'll add that to the list. What is that? Dimension... Denizens of the Deep? Oh, I said that wrong. Denizens of the Deep. Fish type monsters. I do like fish cards. Next one. Mother of the Time Box. Wait, is it a Booba card? Oh, it's Lust from Full Metal Alchemist. Pff, get your minds out of the gutter. Mother of the Time Box. Whoa. Level 4. When this card is normal summoned, you can add 1 time machine from your deck or graveyard or banish zone to your hand. And if that card attacks a monster before... Wait, time machine is a trap card. And if this card... Oh, if this card attacks a monster before damage calculation, you can add all cards from your graveyard to your deck and shuffle it. And this card gains 1,000 attack for each cards from your deck by this effect for once per turn. That's broken. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card to your field and defense position, and if you do, this card gains 1,000 attack and defense for each time this card comes back from the graveyard. You can only use this effect once per turn. Alright, this card's really broken. This one's probably sent to my Chaz. Yep, Chaz R. Johnson. Hi, I made it. Yeah, I figured. You made another ridiculously broken card. I don't even know where to begin. It's really... It needs commas, punctuation, because there's lots of run-on sentences. Also, it's really broken. The effects are super strong. Next card, Maiden of the Forest, Roselia. That's a synchro, level 8, I believe. I'm not going to count those stars. 1 tuner, 1 or more non-tuners. Once per turn, you can send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Have this card gain attack equal to the monster with the highest attack on the field. Gain attack. Oh, that's why it has 50 attack. When this card would be destroyed by battle, you can discard 1 card, 1 level 4 or lower monster to the graveyard. This card is not destroyed. Damage calculation is applied normally. When this card destroys a monster by battle, gain half of its attack as life points. Oh, is this supposed to be like those gaining plant monster effects? I'm blanking on their names right now. Send 2 cards to the graveyard. The mill effect is nice. The attack gain is alright. It has protection from battle, but the restriction is too restrictive. Even if you discarded any card and not just a specific type, it still probably wouldn't be that good. Of a protection effect, I mean. And if it battles, it gains life points. Half of its attack as life points. I don't know. Divine Serpent Gaz better and easier to bring out. And has similar effects. Next card. Aki, the Black Rose Witch. Aki, best waifu, hands down. What's the name of that archetype it's obviously meant for? Because it's a plant synchro monster. I can't remember. Is it a row mage? There we go, a row mage support. Do a row mages have a good way to get this card out? Because like if they do, it's fine in a row mages. I don't know if they do though. But I'm not an Aromage expert either. Either way, that's it. for the review of custom cards. Okay, let me see. Do I have the option to add a poll to chat? Support, show support, custom emojis. I guess I don't have it enabled. I want to... What's participants? Top chat. Not visible. What's top chat? Share? Add stream marker, create a highlight. I don't want to create a highlight of this. I mean, they can get levels pretty easily. Sure. But all it does is like boost its attack, and its protection is really restrictive. Chaos support. It helps a time machine to be better? Yeah, I guess. Okay. So, let's go to the moon. Whoa. Anyways. Do it on Twitter, I guess. I was thinking that, like, doing it on YouTube, do YouTube's poll, it's fine, but, like, I put it on Twitter anyway, so I might as well just do it on Twitter, right? Just move out the middleman. I think I'll do that. I'll try that out. I'll put the poll on Twitter. I think Twitter also has polls. I think they have the same options, too. So, I guess that's it for this week's custom card review. Unfortunately, this is a continuation of one from 2 weeks ago, so we haven't had a topic for like over a month. Whoa, a month with no topics. How crazy. Anyways, I'm gonna put out the next topic to be voted on Twitter. So just go to the video description and look up my Twitter and just follow me there. And that will be where the topic will be made and announced. Everything will be done through Twitter because that's easy for me. One of these days I'll find a different way to do it, but I don't know if I will, honestly, because it kind of works. Kind of works. Or maybe on YouTube. I don't know. There's no point in really doing it on YouTube either, though. Twitter definitely has polls. Yeah, I'll probably just do it on Twitter. Okay. And that's it. If you wish to submit custom cards, I'll have a video that explains how to do that in the end screen. Before I go, though, is there anything I missed? Is there anything I need to announce? No, I think this is it. Straw poll link? Nah. Yeah, I guess a straw poll would work too, huh? This looks like a snake-type spider. Yes, a snake-type spider, for sure. Equals opportunity stream should be anime husbandos card review. You're right. It should be a HoloLive custom card review. I'll have something out later on today. I was how certain effects are better than others. How's drawing is insane. Have you made a video based on type of effects? I have. I have made a video on types of effects. I think it's called Top 10 Best Types of Effects. Okay, I gotta go. I'll see you all later. Goodbye.
Hello there. You must be new to creating custom cards.
Yes, I'm new. I like anime.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Lots of the people who submit custom cards seem to be in that mindset. Anyway, let's go over the steps for how to create a custom card and submit them for the custom card review. First, you go to the website called Dueling Book. Once you log in and create your account, simply go to the left and scroll down to the custom card section. Then it's time to create custom cards. Fill in the information like normal. The specifics that go into making a custom card are a much larger topic, so for now, we're going to go with something very simple and create Darkness and Death, who simply has the floating effect to destroy one other card on the field. Once we have all of its types and stats set up, now we go into the step of uploading the card. After the card is uploaded, then you're allowed to pick an image for it. Remember, custom cards need to have an image, and it can't use real-life photos, so just find something on Google Images that fits whatever you want. Then we're almost done with the submission. After we have our image uploaded, you can then see the card appear on screen, except there's that annoying clear card button at the bottom. What we do is simply click on the card itself in the middle of the screen. This will take us to another screen where you can then click on the camera icon in the top right hand corner, which will take you to a third screen where you have the full image in all of its glory. That you can simply right click and save to your file of choice. Then you're pretty much good to go. Log onto your wonderful Twitter account that you might normally use to argue with people about who's stronger, Naruto or Goku, and then simply make a tweet. Drag and drop images into your tweet, make sure to tag TheDuelLogs or just reply to one of the posts. And there you have it, 3 easy steps for submitting custom cards.